G'day, moin moin, guten Tag. It's Matthias here with a new episode on my journey to finding my ultimate racket. It's been a while, but at last, after much difficulty, I am back. The Head Boom Pro 2024 Auxetic 2.0. The frame is quite light, as the later test will demonstrate, and this and the general maneuverability of the racket made it easy to hit with. What became immediate to me was that the boom is easy to gain playable power, but not adequate power to plow through shots. The boom is a power play racket, and not a solid frame for big hitters or those seeking the depth with power.
Oh, everything's low!
My forehand was not competitive, let alone powerful with the boom. On the forehand, it's not reliable, and I miss shots I would otherwise have with other frames, as just demonstrated. What did not help was the inadequate feel I had with the boom, namely on the forehand. I did not feel connected with the frame or shots, and it felt kind of a Kmart-ish feel at times, if you can even say that such a thing has a feel. The slices were okay, but not consistent nor sharp. Again, it's like feel.
Ah!
They're the ones Jock Wich drives on.
Drives on.
Yeah, if you can get that and don't have to go for a winner, you can stop cooking all up with your fire over there, try to get a beat.
Yep.
That'll win your matches. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
The forehand looks good, but I find I can generally hit good shots with all the head rackets.
Oh, no.
What is the boom line? We have the MP 100 square inch, which is lightweight and trash, and the Boom Pro, which we will focus on. Now, what is the booms about? It's about making tennis accessible to anyone. Any intermediate upwards can easily pick up these and hit with power to play. Given its very low mass and low swing weight, it's very easy to modify, that is to add mass. This hoo-ha you can do it artificial confidence is the ethos behind this. But what actually is in the material and design of the Boom Pro? Head technology. These should be considered as a combination of technology, technique, and terminology. The Auxetic in its second edition appears along with all the same technologies from the first Auxetic, which I didn't like. The CPI in this Boom Pro is middle of the range. Graphene has long been in rackets since 2013 with the Head Graphene XT, which some of you may recall. Then Head saw the immense potential and solicited help from an Italian firm named Graphene X to produce the first rackets. Graphene is so thin and light, there is much engineering to be done with varying layers affecting the outcome. The end result was a new evolution for rackets, with a clear distinction between inferior frames before 2013 and superior after. This was transferred to skiing, which Yannick has long appreciated. So what is an auxetic? In auxetic materials, when they become stretched, they become thicker. And likewise, when they are compressed, they become thinner. This is the reverse of a normal thing where as you stretch a material, it tends to become thinner. When you compress it, it becomes thicker. So you can consider auxetics the opposite in the way that you interact with material. To consider this principle exactly to what we're discussing here, consider that of the example of a bungee cord. And it gets thinner, but wrap a string around it and it expands when stretched. Weaving wrapped fibers with composites creates fabric that thickens and strengthens when under stress. So auxetics can be illustrated with an inelastic string wound around an elastic cord. When the ends of the structure are pulled apart, the inelastic string straightens while the elastic cord stretches and winds around it, increasing the structure's effective volume, which causes a negative Poisson ratio. Now, auxetic fibers as such are characterized by this ratio. And these auxetic fibers, when combined with other fibers, can be tailored to provide high strength, energy absorbing, special purpose products and fabrics. And this is what we are seeing with auxetic and the entire thing that's encompassed with this racket. This technology was applied firstly to the handle, and now in Auxetic 2 is to the hoop. Directional drilling has been applied to rackets for years. Holes are drilled parallel to the string. Where the hole goes, the string tends to follow, also enabling the strings to move all the way to the edge of the frame so you can actually benefit from the frame also. Morph beam. This blends the racket's profile to the more powerful hoop. The hoop is not a standard head design. One can observe and feel that this design both enlarges the sweet spot zone and moves it upwards in the head. This favors more wristed action, particularly on forehands, and somewhat on a more modernized backhand, two-handed backhand, but can throw off more standard style play. Power grommets are larger grommets that increase string movement. The more movement, the more power. So the tech change was just more Auxetic than anything else. The intention from head here is to reduce the mass, make it more head light, so more maneuverable, but in an attempt to make the boom more controlled, reduce the beam. But is this true? Well, some of it is. The mass of the swing weight was far less. How can one test a racket to its intended outcome if it's not in the intended shape? So the Boom Pro test continues to another day with this beautiful court. These courts are among the best I've ever hit on, and probably the least appreciated. Here I hit with Nick W, who features for the first time in this racket review videos. In this, we do a mixture of hitting, volley practice, and finally match play.
Oh, wow. Find it. Yeah, good shot. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Ah. Oh. Oh, that's the one, right there. There we go. Yeah, so put it. My brother does. I tolerate it. Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Nearly. Yeah, one more. Oh.
The Head Radical MP 2025 Auxetic 2. Head continues one of their longest continuing rackets. I have owned numerous Radical MPs, starting with the 2016 Radical Graphene XT MPR, where one can adjust the string pattern, hence adjustable, something you don't see for many years.
Oh.
What has remained similar is the Radical experience, both in feel and the fact that this truly is a racket that only gives you what you put in and rewards you when you do things right. This is the most comfortable and least stiffest of all the Radicals I've ever hit with. And still, it is stable, good on volleys, and a racket a serious player could use to develop their strokes to whatever direction they wish to go. This is in part the definition of radical versatility. The neutral feeling I describe is one that is neither launchy or flighty, nor spinny nor flat. It's just middle of the road. When you make errors in positioning and the hit itself, it will immediately become noticeable. I found there is a bit more spin than the previous edition, but no more noticeable. You gain a minor amount of free spin, but like all things in the Radical, it's on the player to put in what you hope to receive.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Now to another view and a hot one. This day went higher in temperature. Thankfully, there was no serving in the sun. In this, you will notice the ease on forehands and how you can be aggressive, though in a more measured way. What is the Radical line? We have the MP with a thicker beam, and the Pro, which is slightly heavier with a thinner beam. The MP has a suitable beam for myself, whilst the Pro is way too thin, so we'll focus on the MP here. The Radical is a versatile frame, adaptable, good at most things, but not a boomstick or a spin machine. As such, it can fit many players as well as being a build for a certain type of player. So what is the material and technology in the new Radical MP? We have the Auxetic 2.0 and Graphene inside. We have the variable beam, the sound grommets, and the control pattern. It also has a CPI of 400, so it is similar to the Boom Pro CPI. You will see that I generally keep to head rackets with their proclaimed CPI of 300 to 400. I will talk a bit later in the video briefly what this CPI really means. I have already discussed the two main technologies. Not much has changed in radicals since the Graphene 360 Plus. The variable beam just describes the beam parameters as non-uniform. The remaining two are obvious descriptions. The string pattern is continuous and the head shape design is a very classical head shape, not dissimilar to Prestige's. The tech change is simply Auxetic being added to the hoop. Some claim nothing has changed. Overall though, I do feel a slight difference. So the money grabbing rort continues. We don't get what we pay for. Another underspec, and twice I have had to apply lead to gain the mass a competitive player needs. So the testing continues. Another day, another court, another hitter. I'm hitting with Zayden here, an upcoming junior, who also has a YouTube channel which I will link below. Zayden plays junior tournaments in the region and uses Headspeed MP 2024 version. Now for a kind of different review, and something I've never experienced ever before on a tennis court, and hopefully never will it ever again. To provide some context, what you're about to see is what follows from an earlier interaction where this old small guy demanded me to pay being on the court despite being a guest of Zayden's, no one using these old and unused courts, and then saying that, quote, I was lucky he let me be here. I'm only going to comment a bit here and let you follow the rest, but it's just ridiculous how he starts this off.
You could end up being the second best champ.
Oh, we didn't start out.
No, we'll be okay. Brian, no, you're not a guest. You're not a guest. You're lucky you're lucky that I'm not in the play here. Yeah, but you don't understand. Zayden is on a special deal. He don't bring guests. Well, there you go. You're doing that. You find out something every day. Well, you were a bit aggressive back. Yeah. Here's the paper.
Now here he comes with a new tactic to grab some money. This is what this is all about. To try and get money off me and try and use someone else to do the same thing. And in general, this place has been going downhill for some time. A lot of people have left it. A few people I know who used to be here have also left it. And partly because of this guy's attitude.
I'm not coming back. Well, I'm disappointed for us. Well, you had to pay, that's all. You were telling me that you were a guest. You weren't a guest. Yes. No, we can't do that.
Now this is the part which annoyed me the most. This was between me and him, and now he is communicating something to the person, Zayden, both who invited me here in the first place, who's now he's using him against myself, who is to be hitting with me, and further uses him to do his own bidding. The fact he cannot have an open discussion is interesting. Take into account Zayden is not even an adult, really. And so, such an old guy is going to throw his authority, or as they say, weight around to gain whatever his objective is, which is quite clear. Now, this behavior is not unheard of in this region, and in fact, it encompasses nearly part of the state. And this quasi-tyrannical attitude is generally found at these places where they pressure people into doing these things. Now, this guy is not alone, and in fact, the courts are in the Ipshit region, which there is a running trend of small guy tyrants who stifle tennis. There's another one who's like this in Spring Shit. And honestly, if you're a parent in Ipshit or Spring Shit, don't bother with whatever remains of money tennis, as I call it here. There is much better location. The municipality doesn't care, and these clay courts are a ghost town. A not dissimilar sad case is with Springfield Central, where a serial money grabber with a disgusting attitude sinks tennis to the bottom, and your wallet, morale, and positivity with it. I'll just miss for another half an hour, then I'll be out of your off your test everyone.
When you get it on to 6.
I'll be out another half an hour, I'll be gone. At this point, I didn't really want to continue much. However, I came here to hit with Zayden. I came here for a purpose, and I didn't want to be dissuaded by some, annoyance. So, continued on. Here I attempt to alert Zayden that the old guy's conduct is wrong. So that's a brief lesson in how to stifle your membership. However, I will not give up and let one tyrant dispel my enjoyment. And let's not give up on this review. Oh, I booked it. No. Yeah. All right. Now you get to see Zayden in action. I found the newest MP different to the 2022 model. It was a totally different feel and did not suit me at all. It felt very clunky and just different on every level.
Oh. Nice shot. I'm making that one. I can definitely feel more control.
On the radical?
Like keep more control.
Yeah.
I think a bit less spin. No, not as much spin, I think.
I find I frame that middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got a bit of control on this racket. Not much spin, but I feel like I'm hitting it cleanly every time. Oh, no, that's horrid.
Oh, yeah, good job.
Oh, wow.
The Head Extreme Pro of 2024. So, as a self-proclaimed extreme expert, I decided to see if the successor was better. Now, this extreme was an experience of pros and cons, though unlike the tour, I quickly came to realize what I would generally experience initially was to define the racket as it was a more complete frame you could play as is and was thus a more complete experience from the beginning. Unlike, say, the 100 square inch Extreme MP of 2022, which I loved on 4 hands initially, this Pro of 2024 took a while to get used to. Some sessions with this I felt good on ground strokes, whilst others I didn't. However, the same one-hand backhand and slice greatness was not quite there. For the one-hand backhand, It was certainly near equal, if not the best of all the bunch so far. But there was a lack of spin. I will comment it was solid, stable, and good on volleys. Oh my god. Oh.
The speed? Yeah, I think for sure.
Going backhand, something. I don't know, it's just weird.
Maybe it's built more for two-handed backhands.
It could actually be that, possibly.
Maybe.
So back to a evening experience.
Now and then you do.
It felt good. But it just didn't seem good.
Good job.
What are the extremes about? It's about spin control. The Pro is a 98 square inch with a thinner beam to the 100 square inch of the MP. As this is heads battle of the 98s and not heads battle of every frame known to man, we will focus on the Pro. To be big, you have to do big. Different brands attempt now to achieve this big spin through various means. Head does this in a controllable and now even muted stable way. I believe the whippiness of the extremes are sadly gone. So what are the materials and technology in the Extreme Pro? All the previous technologies have continued, however their implementation has changed. Interestingly and very telling is the density of the string pattern. Less gap than you would expect on a spin frame. Besides the more exotic, What has also changed, allegedly, is the increase in mass that has led to a more stable frame. The tested values demonstrate again a heavier than expected frame, but with an under-spec swing weight. I can only state my disappointment time again to Head's inability to deliver what they claim. The new and unique Head Gravity Tour 2025. Immediately one can see and hear the greater power, the launch, and impact this new line of the updated gravities have.
Oh, wow.
This was a big step up from the dangerous garbage of the previous version. This is powerful and stable. However, it was still flighty and you could really launch a ball. Now this is amongst the greatest slices I have ever hit, and later in the clay part of this video you will see how further they improve. And I would actually place this as a top frame for slices.
Okay, take your time. Good work.
This does not quite suit one-handed backhands, though I think with adaptation it could be possible.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the forehand and slicing positives, I did not find a complete connection with the racket. The feel was at times off-putting, but there is more to this unique and new frame. So what is the new gravity lines? There is a Tour 98 square inch, the MP, which is 100 square inch, and the Pro 100 square inch in a more controlled 18 by 20 string pattern. How does the Gravity Tour achieve a claimed massive swing spot? By going to a new hoop design. Think of a teardrop, the very essence of a teardrop character, in a 98 square inch head size, and there is your new design. Now this will benefit wristiness in the forehands and two-handers who hit the backhand more upwards of the head. So what is the material and technology in the Tour? It should be noted the gravities are now more a flexible frame, but the Auxetic and half-cap technique has reduced the previous very harmful vibrations. The Tour 98 is something new, so there's nothing to compare. I am pleased to note that head delivered here more closer than usual. They were only out by about 2 swing weight, and if you were to remove my dampener, this will be most. So, another night with some full-on hit action.
Dumb. There.
One thing a lot of clubs and centres get wrong is the quality and positioning of the light.
The light is not good.
Yeah, no.
Because they point right at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no. Yes, come on.
I reckon you'd like this actually.
The gravity?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, you're right.
Do not cut that tree down ever.
No way.
You gotta say.
That's crazy actually. Jeez.
Have you never seen a tree do that?
No, I've never seen a tree do that. Oh.
That was actually a good battle. Definitely got to move my feet more. There's a point. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Was that out?
No, it's good, it's good. Just way too far back. Oh wow. Here we are.
Oh, that's not fucking 90%.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nearly. So, now to the serves, where Matthias shines. The Boom Pro was a good serving racket. The Extreme Pro was an average to subpar serving racket. The Radical MP was precise and accurate, and it rewards good technique. The Gravity Tour was the best serving racket of all. However, I felt that the Radical MP was best for precision and reliability. Chop. Gravity.
Right. Nice, right. Whoa.
Ah! Eh.
Okay. Ah. Can you get it? Push! Oh.
Yeah. Eh. Eh. One thing I've noticed is a thinner grip. So it's been a very long head racket review. It is the first wide-ranging review of numerous lines across any brand. It is the most difficult review I've conducted so far. My concluding thoughts are as such. All four rackets I could hit with, but only the Radical Extreme and Gravity could be comfortable in matches. The Boom Pro could possibly work on one-hand backhand. However, is light and has a way too odd feeling and is lacking in power speed. The Extreme would be possible and probably maybe the best of all for one-hand backhands. At least it's stable. For slices only on the backhand, the Gravity would be the best. For the two-hand backhands, I believe that the Gravity, the Radical, would be decent choices, and the Extreme Pro would be manageable. In general, the Radical does well. It's not precise.
thought the Radical was a lot more easy hitting, precise. The boom is all over the place. It's not, I don't know, it seems to be more of a weight problem in the distribution.
As you all may know, I was out of tennis for a year, and in this time I had ample time to reconsider how I will not only analyze these rackets, but better conduct the racket selection. It is more detailed, extensive, and thus more complete. There is 2 parts before a final verdict. Let's continue to this. Now, here is how this challenge's racket finalists were decided.